Hello everyone. So in our previous session we have studied about the digestion and absorption and assimilation. So now we know students that in a small intestine complete digestion process is done, and after the digestion the food is carried out by the blood. That means we can say blood carries the absorbed food from the small intestine to the different organ of the body where it is used to build complex substances such as protein required by the body for the growth and repair of the body tissue. So this is the final stage in the process of digestion, and it is known as assimilation. So after assimilation, we can say the undigested part of the food is removed out through the process of egestion. So the food that remain undigested and unabsorbed passes from the small intestine into the large intestine, and the large intestine, which is wider and shorter than small intestine, it is about 1.5 meters in the length. And large intestine has a two parts, we can say upper part and lower part that is known as a rectum. So the undigested food, or we can say unabsorbed food, is stored into the rectum, and after some time the remaining waste passes into the rectum and remain there as semi-solid feces, and the fecal matter is removed through the anus from time to time. This is called egestion. So feces is passed out from the body through anus, and this process is called egestion. So this is all about the digestion process, and we can say digestion in human. So student, now we'll study about the digestion in grass eating animals. Grass eating animals means we can say cow, buffalo, deer and sheep. So certain grass eating animals such as cows, buffaloes, deer quickly gather their food, and they chew the food rapidly, mix it with saliva and swallow it hurriedly. Why? Because carnivores eat these grass eating animal as their food. So to avoid being caught by carnivore, grass eating animals quickly eat their food, and they then move to safer place and bring the food back into the mouth in the small lump and chew it. And this process of chewing food is called rumination, and these animals are called ruminant. As you can see in the figure 2.9, the digestive system of ruminant is given, and the partially digested, we can say this partially digested food is known as a cud. And in the ruminant, the stomach is divided into a different chamber. So they are having a broad chamber that is known as a rumen. Okay, and this type of stomach is called the compound stomach, that is having a big rumen. So the food that is swallowed goes into the different chamber, so it is goes into the rumen, and here it is partially digested and is called cud. Then it goes to the second chamber, and from where it is returned to the mouth for through chewing, and after through chewing and mixing with the saliva, the rechewed food is swallowed again, and it now bypasses the first two chamber and enter the third and smallest chamber into the stomach of this ruminant animals. So the food enter into the last, we can say, chamber, then the gastric juice secreted, and the process of digestion comes to an end, and the digested food now passes into the small intestine, and here the absorption of food take place, and the undigested food passes through the large intestine, and it is digested from the body. So this is all about the ruminants and the process of rumination. So we can say that animals like horse and rabbit have a large sac like structure that is called cecum, and between the, that is between the esophagus and small intestine. So the cellulose of the food is digested here by the action of the certain bacteria which are not present in human. So we can say that these are ruminant animals like cattle, deer, as having a bacteria that is present in their rumen. They help in the digestion of cellulose. So many animals including human cannot digest cellulose because they are not having this type of bacteria. So far you have learned about animal which possess the digestive system, but there are many small organisms which do not have mouth and a digestive system, then how do they acquire and digest the food? In the in the next section, we will study about the small, we can say, microorganism like amoeba, and the digestion process in amoeba, or we can say nutrition in a amoeba. So amoeba is a microscopic single celled organism. Students, you can see in the figure 2.10, the picture of amoeba is given. So it is single celled organism and found in ponds, or we can say pools, and it constantly changes its shape by pushing out one or more finger like projection, that is called pseudopodia. Pseudopodia means false feet. So they are their false feet mean for locomotion, we can say for movement, or for capturing the food. So all the process of nutrition are performed by the single cell of amoeba. So amoeba is a single cell, and it is having nucleus also, and it is having the food vacuole also. The digestion of food is done in the food vacuole only, and the amoeba can change its shape, and it is having the pseudopodia, that is known as the uh, false feet, that are responsible for movement and capture the food, as you can see in the figure. Now food particle is captured by the pseudopodia. So this is all about amoeba. And after we can say capturing the food, the amoeba feeds on some microscopic organism. So when it senses food, it pushes out the pseudopodia around the food particle and engulf it, and the food become trapped in a food vacuole. Then digestive juices are secreted into the food vacuole. They act on the food and break it down into simpler substances, and gradually the digested food is absorbed. So the absorbed substances are used for growth, maintenance and multiplication, and the undigested residue of food is expelled outside by the vacuole. So after the, we can say, capture the food, the digestion process is same, and the basic process of digestion of food and release of energy is the same in the animals. So in later chapter you will learn about the transport of food absorbed by the intestine to the various parts of the body. So students, now now you have learned about the digestion of human, we can say, or nutrition in animals, and you have studied in detail about the digestive system of human also, and ruminants also. So this is all about this chapter, students. Thank you and have a nice day.